What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Now, in this video, I got a special treat for you guys. I have a Defender 110 from Land Rover, and this is very nice because it has so many features and things that has been added to it. I had to purchase this. It came straight from AliExpress, and today we are going to review it. So with all that being said, y'all know what it is. Let's get this. All right, and we are back, guys. So here's the package right here that I received, and like I said, this is the Defender 110 from AliExpress, and we are going to take a look at this. And as you can see, you can already see it through the package. This is the Golf Edition. They do have this in other editions as well. And they have, let's pull it. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up on the screen for you. So right here on the screen, we have the Camel Edition. And I'm quite sure you guys know the Camel, like the Camel cigarettes. So they have, this is the Camel Edition here. You can get it in yellow. Also, you can get the plain edition of the Land Rover Defender 110. You can get that in plain. Or you can get the Golf Edition. Even though I'm showing it on the screen, I will show you in the package as well. This is the Golf Edition. So you have three different editions of the Land Rover Defender 110. And I had to get this because there's so many things that we need to check out. And, you know, as always, this truck does not need an introduction. A lot of you guys know that the Land Rover Defender is one of those ultimate terrain vehicles. You know, they use these in the deserts of Africa, you know, on the safaris. You know, these are the mainstays of the terrain, the outback, you know, things like that. These have been the mainstay. So if you are familiar with Land Rover, if you are familiar with the Defender, you know that these are the ultimate specialists in the terrain, in the outback, and things like that. These are your go-to. So let's take a look at this Defender. So we are going to unbox it. And already there's a string being pulled from this. And this is something I found very interesting. I like vehicles that have very interesting features and things like that, because it's so much that you can do with a vehicle that has so much to offer. Now, just pulling it out the pack, as you can see here, that there is so much that has already been revealed, and I haven't even taken it out the box yet, as you can see. So we are going to check it out, and we are going to see what all this Defender provides. Let me move this styrofoam out the way. Okay, let me adjust my camera, and we are going to take a look at this. So I'm going to zoom in a bit so you guys can get a better look at this Defender. And right off the jump, like, I'm seeing some things here that are very, very nice. Let me take the brush here. There's some styrofoam that always kind of hangs around, you know, the static electricity and how that styrofoam doesn't want to, you know, detach itself from the static of the metal, you know. So there you have it. So I like the representation of this already. And there's so much to talk about on this thing, not including the fact that we're already looking at 2 spare tires on the top. You have one here mounted on the hood, literally mounted on the hood. And there's another one mounted up here on the top of the Defender. There's so much stuff on here. Like, I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's turn it this way. We're going to turn it to the rear because, as you can see, there's a package here, and there's so much stuff inside this package here. I'm guessing this is all the supplies. All right, let's open this up and see exactly what's in this package. Okay, so first we have a gas tank. So that is obviously clear. That is one of the things that is made available. And let's see what else we have in here. We have, this looks like a, what is this? This looks like an oxygen tank. And I'm thinking that's what this is. So this is an oxygen tank. It has a hole right here on the side, so I guess it actually mounts to something. So we don't know yet, but we're going to figure out exactly how all this comes together. So there's your oxygen tank. And we have this thing here. This looks like some type of container. Maybe this other piece inside is the connection. I don't know. But you also have this piece as well. At some point, we're going to figure out where this stuff goes. I don't think this connects to this because I don't see no connection anywhere. It does have like these little pieces sticking out of the top. You see, there's 3 sticking out of this one. So maybe they connect somewhere inside of the truck. But you have these. They look like metal boxes. And here's another one. You know, somewhere they have some type of connection. Okay, and what else do we have in here? I don't know what this is. Maybe the oxygen tank connects to this. I don't know. But we'll figure it out in all due time. We have another gas tank. Okay, another gas can. Okay, so we have 2 of those. And there's one more thing in this package. And here we go. We have another oxygen tank. So I'm thinking maybe both oxygen tanks go inside of this. So that's why they have 2 cutouts in this plastic here. It's for both of the oxygen tanks. So I believe we figured out that much. It came with a piece of paper. So let's see what this piece of paper says. All right. Okay, so according to this paper, these boxes, metal boxes, go into the back of this Defender. And let me see. Okay, so we have both of the gas cans that goes inside over top of the wheel wells. Okay, so we figured that part out. In the next picture, we have the other metal box, which goes directly at the end. Okay. Then it shows where the black little piece goes, and that's on top, which would be here. And then, and just what I thought, the 2 oxygen tanks go on top. And then the last one has a top for a case, which is already on top of the Land Rover, which is here. Okay, so it's showing the same thing on the other side. It's just in English. Okay, accessory installation diagram. Just basically showing you where everything is. It says open the lid. So let's open the lid. And inside, it looks like, that looks like a battery pack on the inside. I think that's a battery pack in there. So batteries go inside that right there. So obviously, okay. So the batteries that go up top operate these overhead lights. Oh, that's so cool. That is cool. I like that. I told you guys, there's so much that that is on this Defender. Okay, so the battery pack that we have up here, it looks like it must come with those little small batteries. So once those go in, it operates these lights up top. Okay, so let's follow this diagram right here. I'm sorry, I had it upside down. Let's follow this diagram and let's put these items where they said everything to be. So first we want to put the metal case in and then the 2 gas cans. So let's do that. All right, so I guess this metal case goes here. Okay. And the 2 gas cans, let me see which direction they had them in. Okay, so they face forward. So one goes here. Let's get that down in there. All right. And the, oh, wait a minute. Is that right? That is right. And the other one goes over here. It's it's a tight fit, guys. So, you know, wait. Let me take this box out first. Maybe it'll be much easier to put this in from here. Let's put the... Yeah, I think it'll be much easier to put it in this way. Because the metal box doesn't give you much room when you're putting this in there. Let me see. All right. This is weird, guys. Like, because it almost seemed like it won't stay down for some reason. But it's in there. Okay, so now let's put the metal box back in. Okay. So I guess this opens. So let's open that up. And okay, so the metal box, other one goes here. And then let me put my piece back on top. I like how this comes together. Okay, so next we put on, okay, so let's see here. So I guess we put it on like this. And then so I'm wondering, does the bigger one go here and the smaller one goes here? Wow, that is a lot, guys. That's a lot to put in there. Okay, so this box. Now, I want to warn you guys that this stuff doesn't, it's there, but it doesn't have like a snug fit. So you kind of like gotta be careful of like how this stuff goes in here, because I'm seeing that it's not really, it's holding, but not really holding too much. I don't know if the proportions of the hole and the piece that holds them is the right size, but see, my box is still a little bit loose here, and it is in, you know, I have it connected to the truck as the instructions say. So I don't know, but if you look at the back, I like how they did the tail lights in the back. I like the old school tail lights, and it's got the license plate right here. There's also a gas can on the back here as well. And looking at this, they also have a pulley here with a hook. Oh. And it comes out. Well, not all the way. So I'm not going to try to force it out. So it does come out just a little bit. I'm wondering Does it have more pull than this? Yeah, it seems to only come out that far. I don't see anything that would really allow it to come out any further, but it does have a little bit of a pull right here. So there's some resistance right here, so I wouldn't advise you guys to pull on it. You might break it. So, but it does come out just a little bit and it goes back. So it does have pull, which is cool. I like the Land Rover mud flaps. You can see it's got the Land Rover mud flaps. Nice little flimsy plastic Land Rover mud flaps. They also have the Land Rover logo here. And of course they, because they don't have the official license to make Land Rover, they have to rearrange the letters a little bit so you can see that it says RVOER instead of ROVER. So they have to do this to protect themselves because they don't have an official license to make these. What is this? Maybe that's just a decoration. Maybe that's just part of a decoration. I like the Golf Edition. You can see the British flag on the side of the door. Let's check out the interior. Okay, it's got a plastic there. All right, let's check it out. I like the floors. You can see it has an all metal floor. I like the way that looks. You can see back here it has metal boxes where you can store things inside. So there's a lot to be desired with this 110. The metal boxes provide storage, both this one and the smaller one. And then you have the two metal boxes back here, which you can keep, tools and things like that in. And then look at the inside. Beautiful. It is a beautiful interior. I love that metal floor. I love the look they gave it on the metal floor. And you can see the handbrake down on the floor, and the stick shift mounted on the floor. I love that. That is a cool look. I love that. Look at the seats. The seats are very nice. You can see the seat belts and the harnesses mounted on the seats. You see the Land Rover logo on the back of the seats, and the center console, you can see there is room for some cups right there. The shifter knob is right there in the center. This is a right-hand drive. You can see, and the steering wheel is on the other side of the vehicle, which looks so cool. I like the digital gauges. Well, I'm thinking these more or less like analog gauges up where the steering wheel is, all in a one little like metal box right there. I think that is so fucking cool. Excuse my language, but I like it. This is really cool. And just the look of the metal, just how they made the metal look on the floor, the texture and the feel. Like, you kind of get a sense that it looks like an actual metal floor, and I like that. That is so cool. Yeah, this is badass. This is badass. I have to say it. This is badass. Okay, so now let's venture here to the front. Okay, so we have a set of lights here in the front. We have a brush guard here on the front. And there is a string. So I don't know what the string exactly is for, but it is actually wrapped around the truck. So I don't know if this string, what the string is for. I don't know if maybe it's supposed to be there. I reckon it's supposed to be there. I don't know. But in any case, I'm not going to take it off because it was there to begin with. So I'll leave it. I'll leave it there. And then just kind of sit it back in the cut where it was at first, because I'm not sure if this is supposed to be, if this is part of the vehicle, or if this is something that's supposed to come off. I don't know, but I'll just leave it where it is. And you can see in the front, we also have another one in the front. Now, this one pulls out a little further than the one in the rear. And you can see this one pulls out to about that much. Like I said, guys, when you get one of these, please don't pull so much. Don't try to pull more than what it's giving. And that's how much it's going to give you right there. That's probably about an inch, maybe an inch and a half or something like that it's giving you pull. But it does have resistance, so when you pull out, it doesn't stay out, it goes right back in. So there you have that. I like that. So that's your winch. And I like the styrofoam. Let's look at the hood here. So we have a couple of things here on the hood. We have a shovel. Can we take the shovel off, or is the shovel fixed onto the hood? Kind of wondering, can the shovel be taken off? Oh yeah, shovel, you can take the shovel off. All right, so there's the shovel. You can take the shovel off. Nice little shovel there. And so let me mount that shovel back on there. On the other side of the shovel, you have a pickaxe. So let's take off the pickaxe and kind of show the pickaxe as we remove it. And you can see that this is the pickaxe for digging, and I like that. I like the cool accessories this thing come with. It has so many different accessories. It's nice. And then you have looks like a bag. I don't know. Maybe it's a bag, I think. And hey, it's part of the adventure. The tires, I don't think that you can remove them, but let's open up the hood here, and you can see the engine under the hood. I like the detail in the engine. I love the detail, very detailed. So yes, it's very nice. Okay, so yes, you can remove the tire if you have a screwdriver. But that would be kind of like a very tight fit, because it's as you can see, the screw there is like, you don't have much room in between to get the tire off. So, it's not a whole lot that it offers, that it gives you. So, I don't know why you would want to take the tire off, but if you did, like that's the space it would give you. But yeah, you can also see the metal on the sides, the metal panels on the sides of the hood. I don't know what this thing is. I've been trying to figure out what this thing is, guys. If you could tell me in the comments what this is. I see this on a lot of trucks, especially Land Rovers and things like that. What is this thing? I don't know what this thing is, but I see this a lot on trucks. And I can never figure out what these things are and what their use is. So if you guys in the comments can let me know what this thing is and what it's used for, I would very much appreciate it. Because I see them all the time, but I have no idea. I don't have a clue exactly what these are and what they're used for. And okay, so it has mud flaps in the front as well. Okay, so the tire up top also can be removed. You see the screws up there. And also, I just noticed there's a box hanging from up top. As you can see, this black box right there. There's also a box up there. So, I don't know what type of box that is, but you guys see it right there. It's hanging up under there. So, yeah, I'm not sure what type of box that is. As you also see, it has a more or less like a cage on top. I don't know if that's a roll cage, but I think it's also made for utilities as well. So you can see they have it. And, oh, and there's also a light here, to provide more, use for being able to see. It gives you more light, because you have 4 up here, and then you have 1 here, and then you have these 2 in the front. So you have a whole lot. You'll be able to see a whole lot here. You can also see that the running board has the metal texture as well. I like that. This truck is really, really nice. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm loving this truck. I am loving this truck. Okay, and let's look under it. Okay, so there's a spot for batteries underneath, which is here. And also, as you know, there's a spot under here for batteries. So I'm wondering if the same batteries that goes in here goes under here as well, because those are AG13s, which I have plenty of those. Let me see, does it say which no, it doesn't say which batteries go in there, but I'm pretty sure that these take the same type of batteries as the ones underneath. This truck is so cool. This is probably the best truck I've purchased from AliExpress. I really like this. I really, really do. You can see the headlights beyond there. Classic Defender headlights. Right there beyond the brush guard. the winch kit. I like the way the winch kit looks in the front. You can see right there, the winch kit. I like the way that looks. But this is classic. This is classic. I love absolutely everything about this Land Rover. Let me take this off. There's a piece of tape there. I love everything about this Land Rover. Everything. I mean, this thing is awesome. I love this. I really do. Like, to get some of this styrofoam off. I love everything about this Land Rover. I mean, like, even the mud flaps. Like, the mud flaps are not even, like, hard plastic. Like, they're flimsy and flappy. Like, look at that. They're flimsy. Like real mud flaps. And the seats are just awesome. I love the seat belts at the bottom, and then you got the harnesses. I love this. And then these boxes here. You kind of almost open the boxes, but I'm not going to open them up. More than likely, you could probably open those boxes if I took all of this stuff out. You could see it kind of almost opened up. So more than likely they open. But man, this is a treasure. This is a treasure for real. This is a treasure, guys. Man, look. If you haven't gotten your hands on one of these Land Rover Defender 110 from AliExpress, get you one. Get you one. It's worth the money. And as you can see, it comes in 3 different editions. You have the plain one, if you're just into the regular one. You have the Golf edition, which is this one right here you're seeing. And then you have the Camel edition, which is in yellow. Guys, get you one of these. This thing is awesome. I'm telling you now, get you one of these. This thing is awesome. I love it. There are so many things. There's so many features on this truck, and it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful automobile. And like I cannot stress enough like how beautiful this truck is. Guys, get your hands on this Land Rover Defender. Okay, so I forgot to show you guys one thing that I did not notice. So I'm gonna show you guys right now. So remember when we were talking about the lights up here? I just noticed something. There's a switch right there. If you can see it, there's a switch there. And the switch actually has, check it out. The lights are already working in here. So I don't need to put batteries in it. So it already has lights, guys. Like, look at that. That is awesome. So, just letting you guys see this right here so that way you can get furthermore of a reason to purchase this Land Rover Defender 110. Okay, guys, this is great. I love it. So, I just wanted to throw this in there real quick because I did not notice it until after I had done the video, but now I'm throwing this in there. So, all right, guys. So, at the end of the day, guys, you guys seen how much this Land Rover is worth. Look, it's worth every penny. You've seen all the features. You've seen everything it does. You've seen all that it comes with. I mean, and just the detail alone should be a reason why you would want to buy one of these. And trust me, it is worth the money. Okay, it's worth the money. As you can see how much, and I mean how utilitarian this Land Rover Defender is. I mean, from all the little features and everything it comes with, you have to put stuff together and everything, and it's just so much. And then not only that, but then let me also point out the fact that it has winches on both the rear and the front that actually pull out. It may not pull out much, but it still pulls out, and it has that resistance to where it pulls back in. Like, where else do you find something like this? I mean, come on. Like, you got to invest in one of these guys. If anything, get you one of these Land Rover Defenders. You're missing out on something special. Believe me, get you one. And let me know down in the comments what you think about this Land Rover Defender 110. I'm just going to tell you already across the board, I am satisfied with this thing. I mean, 10 out of 10. My. I'm telling you. Get your hands on one of these guys. So, with all that being said, I'm going to let you guys go about the rest of your day. I'm going to go about mine. So, you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next episode.